just means from that area that will do the
yes,
Sahih,
yes.
when you come out.
Behind the Safa and Marwa, it's where they call it Ghazza now. And from what we know, the Prophet ﷺ, when he entered Mecca with the army, he split up the army in different parts, but he himself, with the cavalry unit he was with, what part did they come from? Even if you don't know where what's called now, there's a... Well, it's all of Mecca. You're coming down from mountains, from whatever direction you come from. But there's a specific name. It doesn't have the same name now, but there's a specific name to the part that the Prophet ﷺ came from. So that's where the Kaf. He did it because of a line of poetry that Hassan ibn Thabit said. Hassan ibn Thabit, apparently this was after Sulh al-Hudaybiyah, said in a poem, this is addressed to Abu Sufyan, عَلِمْنَا خَيْلَنَا إِن لَمْ تَرَوْهَا تُثِيرُ النَّقْعَ مَوْعِدُهَا. Yes, مَوْعِدُهَا كَدَاءُ. عَلِمْنَا خَيْلَنَا إِن لَمْ تَرَوْهَا تُثِيرُ النَّقْعَ مَوْعِدُهَا كَدَاءُ. Which basically he's like, I swear, may we lose all of our cavalry, and if you don't see it, kicking up dust coming from Kada. Kada, right now it's if I'm not mistaken, it's a place called Hujun and then Al-Utaybiyah, and it leads onto Gaza, and that's the direction that the Prophet ﷺ himself came from. And they say in the seerah that the Prophet ﷺ, he asked others, what was it that Hassan said? And they said that in the poetry, he said, "Udkhulu min haythu qala Hassan." He said, go from where Hassan said to, Hassan mentioned. Now, so, and this leads to Gaza, the direction where the houses of Banu Hashim were. She said, Hani, who was very closely related to the Prophet ﷺ, she was also from Banu Hashim. She went to see him on that day. Apparently she had not accepted Islam before, she had not made hijrah before, so she went to see the Prophet ﷺ on that day. And when she went to see him, he was making ghusl. It's as if this was in preparation for entering the masjid. Excuse me, he wasn't making ghusl, according to the wording, he wasn't making ghusl when she went to see him, but while she was there, he got up to make the ghusl. And she said that Fatima got up to use it with a garment to cover him. And the houses that they have, the way of life is very simple. They don't necessarily all have, their houses don't have many different rooms, and even in the rooms they don't have, necessarily curtains set up. So this is a part of life. If you want to make a ghusl, you don't always have a separate private enclosure to doing it. If you want to be sure, someone has to actually stand up and shield you or cover you. And this is what some of these ahadith, for us in the kind of, mashallah, alhamdulillah, and the luxury that we have, we may not, this may seem like obvious to us, but in other times, other cultures, it has a bigger significance, because it shows the Prophet ﷺ is making a point of being in a different place, even to the point where somebody has to hold up a curtain. So, she said that فَسَدَرَتْ عَلَيْهِ Fatima, his daughter Fatima held up a curtain for him. ثُمَّ أَخَذَ ثَوْبَهُ فَالْتَحَفَ بِهِ. Then he took his garment and he made the iltihaf. What is iltihaf? Yes, it's like making it like a hat. Apparently it describes a particular way, a specific way that they used to, and it seems like a thought here, it's just a garment. It may not necessarily be like have armholes or anything in it. Apparently this is a specific way they would fasten their garments where the entire body is covered with one garment. There's a hadith where the Prophet ﷺ was asked about making salat in a single garment. And the Prophet ﷺ said, إن كان واسعا فالتحف به وإن كان ضيقا فاتزر به. If it's big, if it's enough, then do this iltihaf and cover your entire body with it. If it's too small, then use it like an izar, like the what do you call the things in India and Bangladesh? They call
Lungi.
what? Lungi. Or like they call lungi in Yemen, they call it an izar, I think. So that's what the Prophet, he took that one garment and covered his entire body with it, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then she said, ثُمَّ صَلَّى ثَمَانِيَ رَكَعَاتٍ سُبْحَةَ الضُّحَى. Then he prayed 8 rak'ahs for the duha prayers. This hadith, as far as we know, this hadith is the only instance that the Prophet ﷺ ever, that we know that the Prophet ﷺ ever himself prayed Salat al-Duha unless he had missed praying at night for some reason. Hani said that he prayed 8 rak'ahs. In this situation, he prayed 8 rak'ahs in the early morning, and she said Subhat al-Duha. Many of the Sahaba would go asking Hani about this hadith, because this hadith is special in that aspect. It's the only time that we know the Prophet ﷺ made Salat al-Duha, unless he hadn't, and for some reason he was ill or something, he wasn't able to pray at night, and then he would make up and Salat al-Witr. But other than that, the Prophet ﷺ encouraged us in a number of different ways, and encouraged some of the Sahaba in particular to pray Salat al-Duha, but this is the only time that we know that the Prophet ﷺ ever prayed it himself, on the morning when he entered Mecca, which was what day? What month? What year? It started from the...
Yes.
What year? 8. Allah Ta'ala. Question. 8. Okay, what month? Ramadan.
Yeah.
What day?
Jum'ah.
The 10th?
No.
The 17th?
No.
Jum'ah. 20.
I don't know.
21st.
No. It's in between two things you said.
13.
13, Allah. The 13th, the morning of the 13th, the month of Ramadan, the 8th year after Hijrah. And we'll stop at this hadith today. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت وباركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. جزاكم الله خيرا.